What up, Dokkanners? We have achieved true peak cinema. Absolutely peak cinema here. With this 10th anniversary pre-stream broadcast, we have finally achieved it. This is the craziest Dokkan video I've ever seen. Let's break down everything that we saw in this video. If you guys want to check out the pure reaction with a bunch of nonsense and gibberish thrown in there, check out my previous video. I'll put a link in the description as well. Check out the live stream, check out the YouTube short. But now let's take a look at everything in this video. This is absolutely peak. Absolutely peak, bro. All right, so let's just start from the top. The 10th anniversary theme, Tenkamuso. That is the theme. Now that seems very general. When you translate it, they say second to none in the whole world, but they expand further. And this is exactly what the concept of the campaign is going to be. It's basically a celebration of Dragon Ball throughout the ages with these 4 pillars of Dragon Ball. No Daima. So for those of you Daima haters, there is nothing to worry about. Daima will not hurt you today. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, that being the biggest with a focus on Dragon Ball Z, as well as Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super. Relive the best moments of Dokkan from the beginning of the game to the 10th anniversary and what's yet to come. So in my predictions video, amidst all of the gibberish and nonsense that I mentioned with this rebirth stuff, I did also talk about what I think could be a more plausible celebration theme, a celebration of Dragon Ball. Now, obviously in hindsight, some of the points were not exactly right because I was not expecting them to add more characters for us to summon for, but still, I think this was a good guess. Celebrating the entirety of Dragon Ball, celebrating Dokkan, definitely was a good choice because after 10 years, you've established yourself as a pretty substantial game in the Dragon Ball space. So celebrating that is definitely a good idea. And so that basically means that we are going to be getting a ton of different things from various aspects of Dragon Ball. That being said, Ken goes on to then explain a few things about the celebration. First off, the login bonus. So over the next 10 days, by the time you're watching this, by the way, the celebration would have already started, the countdown portion. You'll be able to earn up to 15 Dragon Stones just strictly by logging in. That's not even factoring in the missions and all the daily stuff that you would do. Plus 20 of these tickets. These tickets are not for the new summonable characters. This is just for a separate free banner that will just give you just random characters here and there. This is especially good for newer players because while you are going to be summoning predominantly for the new headliner characters, you're going to need some filler characters to, you know, fill up the roster. You need that bench and all that stuff. So these sorts of tickets are good. No matter how, you know, basic the summons are, we take those free summons. On top of that, they once again go over the new collectible character. We've already seen this from the promo sizzle videos. It is the Kamehameha Goku. It is still unclear if this is an SSR or a TUR, I believe. Could be wrong there, but regardless, even if it's an SSR or TUR, it's not like it's going to be changing, right? I don't know if they're ever going to do that. I hope that they do. I think all those collectible characters should get like TURs and EZAs, but that's just me. So this is the collectible unit for this year. Will the theme be following Kamehameha? The answer is no. It is not the theme of the celebration, so that is not going to be influencing what the characters are. Then Ken goes on to discuss the summoning format. So this is what he says. Both part 1 and part 2 of the 10th anniversary will feature a Dokkan festival and a carnival. Each type of summon will have its own theme. Each type of summon. So I had this question during the stream because I wasn't paying attention and some of you guys did as well. Will the themes change from this to something else in part 2? The answer is no, because again, the type of summon will have its own theme. Since both part 1 and part 2 will have a Dokkan festival and both part 1 and part 2 will have a legendary summon carnival, these will be the themes throughout both. Miraculous power born from the strongest duo, family and rivals. When you see this, you think fusions. I will also say, when I saw this, I thought of the Tournament of Power. So most of you guys should know this. Universe 7, Universe Survival Saga, that is my favorite category in the game. So when I thought of this, I actually thought of Goku Frieza because miraculous outcome. More about him later on. But anyway, that is the theme for the summons. And now we get this. This was not something that anybody had expected. If you claim that you called this, you're a liar, LeBron. All right, you're just lying. Dokkan Festival, 1 copy or 1 new character. Carnival, 2 characters. That is the same for part 2. I thought originally that they might swap it because after I watched this, I went back and I thought to myself, wait, Did they give us 2 Dokkan festivals for part 2? They are focusing on the Carnival getting the extra characters, I think, because they really want to push the Carnival format. I don't think, even with these characters, I don't know if the Carnival characters will ever get to the same level of value that a Dokkan festival will give, but we'll see, because they're starting to kind of like throw in a couple dual category Carnival leads, like the Jiren leads Universe Survival Saga and Universe 11, but that's because the cross section is very, you know, it's a very focused cross section. I don't know if they're going to give more than that, but we'll see. Still, this will definitely draw some more eyes to these banners, and then they finally reveal the new characters. Now, I am going to say I'm not going to be playing most of it. I want to play a little chunk at the beginning, but if you want to watch my full reaction, go check out the previous video. I want to play this song because I swear this is the song that played at my high school graduation, and I need y'all to hear this because I'm pretty sure it played at some of your high school graduations as well. Okay, listen to this. Okay, that's on mute. Thank you for that, dummy. Bro, that's a graduation theme, is it not? But I love this because they show us Super, Z, and GT. And I love the way that they present this. Blue for Super, yellow for Z, and red for GT. If you think about it, blue for blue, right? Super Saiyan Blue, very noteworthy form in Super. Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z, and red for Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball GT. Also primary colors. Also just, you know, it just looks so vibrant. It looks great. There's a visual appeal to this whole presentation. But then they start by showing us the characters. We don't see any animations from the actual new units. All of these are from previous characters. The animations being used are from previous characters. So none of this has anything to do with the new characters. We just see the LRs. But we see LR Super Saiyan 3 into Golden Great Ape into Super Saiyan 4. This is the first of the Carnival units. Following that theme, families and rivals, you definitely see the family connection here. Dominic Toretto will be very proud. This is our first Carnival LR. Massive W for me as a GT fan who loves Super Saiyan 4. I love this. And then we go into the next one, another Carnival unit, and they go into Tournament of Power, which I was not expecting. They did this for me. This was for me, damn it. Nobody else. They gave me Royal Blue Vegeta. And they gave me Vegeta with UI Goku. So this is definitely a what if character, right? Because we don't see this in the show. This is a what if character, but this is the ultimate what if that I personally wanted. UI Goku, Royal Blue Vegeta fighting together. I'm sure we're gonna see some of the animations like superimposed with the new looks, right? Against Jiren. We might see some of it maybe against like Rose. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I cannot wait to see the animations for this one. He is named the same as the Royal Blue Vegeta that we already have. I don't even care, dude. I don't care. This is my category. I am convinced they made this for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Had this been revealed in person, I probably would have outed myself because I probably would have freaked out and screamed, and then some of y'all would have figured me out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so that's the Carnival characters, and then we get a little sizzle for the Majin Buu saga, which obviously means miraculous power born from the strongest duo. We're getting VEGITO. Goku, Vegeta into VEGITO. And the best part of this is that this Dokkan Festival has a brand new mechanic that we actually learned a little bit about in this video. So let's move on. This is also a crazy image that they show us. What is this, Super Smash Brothers? They've got a whole list, like they've got a whole chart here of empty spaces reserved for characters that are going to be appearing during this celebration. Now, this is not showing that all of these are going to be new summonable characters. This list is also part of everything else from the anniversary. Event characters, so free-to-play drops, summonable characters, EZAs, and Super EZAs. All 4 of those types of characters are part of this. Now, some people have taken the size of some of these boxes as an indication that it might be a TUR versus an LR, or maybe an EZA versus a Super EZA. There's no way of knowing that. But if you do want to use the size of the boxes as an indication, feel free to come up with whatever ideas you have to fill this out. Honestly, I might do a community reaction video. If some of you guys want to put this together, you know actually what I'll do? I'm going to post something, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys to fill it out. Like Photoshop in what characters you think will show up or what you would want to show up, and maybe we'll do like we'll do a reaction to what some of your ideas are, because there's just so many possibilities. Also, keep in mind, since this contains everything, I'll tell you this right now, there will not be any more new GT characters. I said this in my reaction video because I wasn't thinking at the time. I was thinking maybe part 2 could give us baby. There's not going to be a baby. Why? Because the lone spot left for GT has to be reserved for the 7th anniversary LR EZA. The LR physical Super Saiyan 4s, they're getting an EZA during the celebration. So that spot is reserved for them, which means also one of these 3 remaining blue spots for Super is reserved for the 7th anniversary gods, right? So you got to keep that in mind. It's possible this little spot right here could be reserved for Goku and Frieza, the Namek Super Saiyan Goku, the Namek Full Power Frieza. Saiyan Saga could honestly be the 7th anniversary part 2 LRs, Kaioken Goku, Vegeta, Grade 8 Vegeta. There's just so many different possibilities here. If VEGITO is the part 1 Dokkan Festival Fusion LR, will part 2 be Gogeta, Super Gogeta from the Janemba movie? If so, he would be either one of these, or probably more sensibly this one right here, right? This little movie marker is kind of applying for these 3. It's like at the center of mass of these 3 boxes. So this will probably be the Gogeta, if that is what the case is. Will Dragon Ball have a summonable LR from part 2? Will Dragon Ball have a free-to-play LR? Or will it be an LR Super EZA? Will it be Goku Arale? Will it be something else? The possibilities are endless. So feel free to come up with some ideas. Look out for my tweet. Follow me on Twitter. And I will be posting that probably soon after this video gets posted, or maybe tomorrow. And then we'll do a video for that. So that's awesome. But then we go in and we look at the names of the characters again side by side. We see Super Saiyan 3, we see Royal Blue, we see Goku Vegeta. These are the names of them. So if they conflict with any of your characters, this is what you're going to have to be dealing with. Me personally, I'll be seeing a lot of roadblocks with this, but again, I don't care. They're too good. Let's talk about the new mechanic. So Ken goes on to talk about something called reversible exchange on the Dokkan Festival LR VEGITO. Temporary Potara fusion. So the Potara is going to be limited to a certain number of turns. He also goes on to say, and I quote, a new gameplay experience including before the merge. So using the term new gameplay experience leads me to believe this is probably going to be a tag mechanic, similar to Dragon Ball Legends. For those of you who play Dragon Ball Legends, there's a mechanic where you can switch between 2 characters in an actual unit. So for Dokkan, this is something that a lot of us have always wanted, where if you were using like, you know, LR pre-VEGITO, instead of having Goku and Vegeta present, just toggling between one or the other to have different attacks would be pretty cool. We'll see how extensive that's going to be in another video. They don't give much information in this because this is supposed to be a teaser, just like it would have been at Battle Hour. They're not going to be giving us a whole lot of information, but there will be another broadcast coming soon. The details for all of this stuff will be featured on an upcoming broadcast, so stay tuned for that. That's all they tell us. More info on the reversible exchange coming on the next video or stream. So if we are going to be getting a Gogeta for the part 2 summon, would Gogeta be the candidate to receive that new mechanic? Will they give the new mechanic to multiple characters on the part 2 slate, or will it just be one of them? Will it be a Carnival for part 2 since it was a Dokkan Festival for part 1? We have no way of knowing. So all of that stuff remains to be seen. What if it's just VEGITO for part 2? What if they give us a blue VEGITO for part 2 from the future arc? Although, I mean, does it really fit the theme? It kind of does, because rivals, Vegeta is a rival after all. But then again, that's kind of cheapening out on the whole theme and the usage of the theme. So I don't know what they're going to do. Your guess is as good as mine. At least now we have a direction, so we can kind of come up with some plausible theories. But there's still so much out there that you can't really like hone in, which is good because the conversations will be ongoing for the next week and a half as we get closer and closer to the 10th anniversary. And that's all that they tell us. After that, it's over. The video is done. And Omatsu gives his little closing speech. Give this man a round of applause. This man absolutely cooked. The Dokkan team absolutely cooked. If you were wondering why some of the animations might have been subpar, probably because of this. I don't know. Also, real quick, to anyone wondering about this whole like Super Saiyan 3 Goku sprite controversy, we've had this going on for a little while now, since June. We thought that maybe a baby saga celebration was coming. This might be what this was all about. Now it's finally explained why they reviewed the character ID for this card after so many years. This could honestly be it. So little interesting factoid right there. Also, again, back to the theme for part 2. What if, I'm just going to throw this out there since I'm a Tournament of Power nerd. What if we don't get a fusion for part 2 and instead we get this? I personally would be over the moon. I know some of you guys would not, but I would be so happy. I'm just going to throw that out there. Maybe I can manifest it, but yeah, just want to throw that out there. Miraculous outcome, Goku Frieza. Ooh, this is going to be so much fun. Dokkan is back, y'all. Welcome back. For those of you who have not been watching the videos for a little while, it's good to have you back. We will be discussing, theorizing, streaming, all that good stuff. Plenty more coming soon. This is my first stream for what, a little over a month now. So it was good to be back. Good to see you guys again. We'll be doing plenty more over the next 2 months. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys subscribe. Global JP players alike. This is it. This is the ultimate Dokkan experience. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned for more. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, just leave a like down below. None of the comments if there's anything else that I missed from the video. I don't think that I did, but if there's anything else, please point it out. What are you most excited about? What is the one thing? I know it's an impossible question, but that's why I'm asking it. What is the one thing from this that you are most excited about? If it's a certain character, which one? Is it the fact that we have a full slate of characters all presented in that little graphic? You know, feel free to share. If you have any crazy predictions, hot takes, throw them out there. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.